Yeah, welcome back in. 2 o'clock, couple hours left on a pretty interesting afternoon setting up here. If you missed it early on this morning, it was all about what happened at 8:30. We got, actually before that, even 8:15, we got the ADP private payment or private payrolls number that came in lower than expected. We get the second estimate Q2 GDP reading lower than expected. We get the Q2 PCE reading. You can see where I'm going here. Lower than expected with that as well. So that kind of set things up for a bit of a mixed day so far for the overall market. Still seeing nice strength as far as tech names are concerned. Bottom left corner here, the chips specifically, NVIDIA having quite the day. AMD as well, still in positive territory. There are a few lagging ever so slightly here, including QCOM, Texas Instruments, Intel still holding on to a nice gain as well, about 0.6%. Same story for Google here, 0.6% to the upside. Microsoft back to essentially flat. Meta back to just 0.3. It was worse off than that at one point today. There's Netflix, 1.24 to the upside today, having quite the day. A little bit of weakness still from the healthcare group. Same story for banks. If you remember early on this morning, it was all about the banks' downside that was kind of offsetting any kind of strength that we were seeing anywhere else in the overall market. Tesla positive, Amazon positive, Walmart, Home Depot, retailers in general, for the most part positive. Costco a little bit light, 0.32 downside. Again, it was all about these readings we got early on this morning. So yeah, is bad news good news again? Apparently for the stock market overall, we continue to hold on to a slight gain anyways, but it's going to be all about, as Sharif was just mentioning, what's coming up on Friday. Non-farm payrolls number to come. That will follow what happened this morning. Again, ADP private number comes out, 177 versus 195. First significant down print when it comes to that ADP number so far, as long as this inflation headline has been an issue. And then this happened during lunch. Yeah, it was actually President Biden, according to this note, that actually went to that HHS and said we should review the marijuana state as far as being a regulated substance is concerned in the U.S. If anyone's wondering, this is MSOS, the ETF for cannabis stocks in the U.S. A couple of halts on the way up. We're back to basically 575, 580 holding at that point for MSOS. But a mixed afternoon setting up here as far as what we're looking at individually. We were discussing, if you're with us in the pre-market, crypto stocks, once again, it was pretty impressive as far as what happened yesterday. We were wondering if we were going to get a little bit of follow through today from this group. Once again, has been pretty quiet. Bitcoin gives you a bit of a pullback. We get the same thing then from some of the equities. No additional headlines to come through from crypto land that could have helped things be, you know, we were looking for that day two kind of idea as far as equities were concerned, guys. But good luck. Obi's back in the chair along with Sean. Good afternoon, guys.
All right, great recap. Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Thanks, Brendo, for everything right now. I'm cheering on Tesla here, trying to get that to go back up. Not trying to get it to do anything, but waiting to see if Tesla wants to go back to the upside right here. We really did well buying that 258 level. It did dip down against us, and we got some 257.25s. Our best out is 260 right there, and then we just bought it again off VWAP right now. We bought it at the 200 period, then we bought it off VWAP. It's trying to go. It keeps on holding, so I don't know about that. But, yeah, we concluded our NVIDIA trade there, 485. We actually got out pretty early at about 1 o'clock when we broke the 50 period. So we actually got out at 497. It did go to 499 and change, and that's what I was talking about earlier there, Obi, that we had quite a nice move up there. And I often feel that we could have shorted this 499, you know, and given ourselves a little bit of a chance there to break 500. But again, I was really trying to play the momentum and not stand in front of a, you know, a freight train to the north side right there. But yeah, I went out for, I tweeted, what a surprise. I tweeted out this, Obi, we went out for a walk. We talked all about our walk. We're in Queen's Park right here. So we talked about going for a walk and everything like that. We said out for a walk, it's time to decompress. So there you go. So I was channeling my inner Obi on that one. We went out for a walk there and got some nice comments on that one as well. So we did that. We're back in the saddle. I mean, I still sat here pretty much the whole afternoon trying to get some good trades back through. But yeah, that's what we did. How was your walk?
It was okay. I guess before I went on the walk, I did take a couple more trades and kind of refocused, I guess, before the walk, if that makes sense. But yeah, I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna take a breath and kind of see if I can chop this up a little bit better, kind of get a feel for what's going on. So right here on the SPY, so I took some more trades. So right here, I got out on the bottom of this candle, but you know, we kind of got back long again. I was like, okay, well, yeah, we were wrong on the long all the way into the move, but now that we're bouncing, we kind of take that, and I kind of took the trend, took the short, and then scalped it back to the long side there. And then we see that trend kind of went all the way back to high a day before kind of getting that relief. I tried a little bit of a long right here before we came on, but yeah, clearly once we break once we broke this range underneath 451, that kind of resistance is kind of showing up there. Definitely selling pressure heavy after we kind of broke this range. So I'm watching Google as well. Google's been winding up, so you know. That's what's happened. The walk was nice. I reflected on the morning. Had a talk with some other traders. Shout out to Wayner and Raj. So yeah, we went to Queen's Park. We had a little bit of a trading talk, and we were like, you know, these are the things that I need to improve on, or we need to improve on, and these are the things that you know.
That goes back to you know, what do they call mind share and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Where because you know, now that you're on a floor, you just dropped a couple names there. You know, it's similar traders that you can, you know, bounce ideas off of and whatnot. Okay, the market is right now heading to the south side, but I just want to talk about it. We just got another piece out of Tesla before it broke, so it just came right back up. We actually got an 80 fill right there, so we slip up our last little piece there on Tesla as there it goes, starting to push lower right now on this market. So let's find out what exactly is going on, man. We still have Palantir really nicely done right there to the high side as well. That was $1 and change in the money on Palantir, but you're just starting to drip down right now. Coming back to VWAP for this market, that really sent Tesla, man. Tesla today, not an overly strong name, man. I mean, it's red on the day. It was cruising right there. So one last try there on Tesla. You were just talking, we just got the out. So we got out at 256.80. We still held about 20% or something like that, and then it just fell back in again. This market just went for a little bit of a dive, but this is going to give us an opportunity to possibly reload on Palantir right now, trying to come back into the 200 period. This has been a very, very trendy name. Let's take the long again right now on Palantir. So we're already in the money right now, 80 cents, but we'll take another piece here as it's starting to fall back down in. So we'll sit there, take this, see what happens with PLTR. Crypto, we didn't even look at crypto today on the show, really. I haven't been looking at GBTC. We did call the short here earlier. Shout out to Pro Day Trader that had this. We called an 86 top off of yesterday's levels. Unfortunately, you can make all the calls you want, but you don't have the trade, so it doesn't matter. But hopefully it mattered to some of you. Coinbase was a great trade there today. Well in the pocket to have shorted that name. And now it looks like you're going to head a little bit lower. And I already spoke about this, but GBTC there on the pink sheet should have been taken out yesterday at $21. When this was up 17 or 18% against Bitcoin, Bitcoin 7, this was up 17. Should have got out right there. $21 on GBTC on all the sort of pandemonium that was yesterday. Now it's starting to fade back out and basically doing good volume, 5 million shares, but nothing like it was yesterday. So GBTC kind of left for dead there today. I'm going to expect to see the same thing from Mara, which I think is an NQ name. Oh no, actually Mara seems to be holding up. Still down 4.5. Okay, so yeah, Mara's still down. Some of these names we could look at a Hut 8 was another name that probably rocketed up yesterday. We didn't really have a look. Yeah, there it is right there yesterday, almost getting back to the 50-period moving average. So crypto right now seems to be a little bit sleepy. We can see what Bitcoin is at right here. Let's say forget about that. Hit a little refresh on BTC just to see what the levels are at. This is, of course, just according to Kraken. It's been pretty reliable. So 27.4 right now for Bitcoin, making that nice move yesterday, 25 up to 28, and now back down to 27. So yuck. Would have liked to see it hold some continuation there, but so far so good for Bitcoin, holding that 27,000 print there. So, all right, we'll go over to NVIDIA. Is it a long? You may say no if you looked at the chart right now, Brendan.
vitamin C. Yeah, let's talk about NVIDIA back to the downside right now. Little tricky, to say the least, out of the gate this morning. It did give you a couple of opportunities on that pullback, but this popped up during lunchtime. Yet another win, possibly, for NVIDIA. CoreWeave, which they have a huge stake in, setting up for a sale potentially at $8 billion, according to Bloomberg here. So wasn't much in the way of additional catalysts this morning for NVIDIA, but 2 days in a row back to the upside. But here we come, as Sean was mentioning back in.
Yeah, this CoreWeave company is really interesting here. It's a cloud computing company. We know they're using GPUs a lot, but they were actually engaged in Ethereum mining, which also uses GPUs. So it's a nice transition here from what was a bit of a fad into actually what looks to be more subsisting. So good look, valued at $8 billion.
However, pretty good day, guys, turning into a bit of a sell-off right now.
Yeah, we just, so we could talk about NVIDIA because we have a lot of trades on that name here today. Wow, Tesla's trying to break 255 right now. We did get some more of that Palantir. I just want to talk about that quickly because if we break 16, then you head into this 1590, which is going to be VWAP there for Palantir. Breaking back down here, this is a chart here, the RSI pointing really negative there. We just bounced all the way off 75. But again, I don't know about RSI because, it's up here when we're here. It's up here again when we're here. So I'm trying to do a little bit of work with this indicator to try to figure it all out. But right here on the 5-minute for Palantir, just running into the 50 period right now. And then there's the break that I feel like we really have to be worried about. We said we would try to follow the VWAP here right now, but we did have a good trade on that. So let's see if Palantir can come back in. So more work to be done on that one. All right, we're buying NVIDIA now. Why? Because again, you're just back to VWAP. There's been some key levels here that we've talked about, 493, 494. 494 held for a minute, went back down. We just took that out on the 50 period break. So that was a great trade. We actually had $11 on that trade. So 485 out, and we actually held 20% of it, which was good for us. So that's actually a little bit, about 20%. I was gonna say a little bit more. But 496 right there, 75 out on that trade. Now we're gonna see if we can buy the dip here a little bit. So we just did that. That very bottom was 492.75. I actually had another bid sitting there at 492.65. No. Why? Because we were going to give this one some love back into here, like 491-ish. I was looking at that top. Yeah, 491.50. So break of 491.50, we'll get out of it, but we're back into NVIDIA right now. I still think that you want to stay true to some of the thoughts that you might have had earlier in the day. And I put down on here that we wanted to trade the momentum. And NVIDIA has that. I mean, it has that in spades. It's up today. Big time push to the high side. And the only reason it fell back, well, first of all, the market retreated, that's fine. But it also hit that $500 mark. So, that's an area of concern, obviously, whenever you get into key levels. We got hit the last time it tried to break 500, or maybe it was 400. I just remember all these key levels at even dollar levels, 300 Meta, 500 NVIDIA. It's just, there's going to be a lot of actionable options at those levels, especially even 0-day expiry, so on and so forth. So we'll see if it gets back up there. I feel like for this trade, if we can get back into the 50 period where we kind of represented that before, 496, see if we could take another $3 on this. That would be pretty incredible if we're able to do that. So let's just put some orders out right now, 495.50. We'll see if we can get that out. Actually, maybe it's even going to go higher than that. But right now we are nicely reloaded here on NVIDIA. So $1.20 in the money. We just put this trade on for everybody. I put it on as I was talking to you guys, so there it is right there. Yeah, some love up to 497. Let's put an offer there. If we can get that again, we'd be pretty happy. So let's put an offer up there. We may be getting greedy now, but hey, greed can sometimes be good. We're having one of our best days, so let's just keep on with that momentum, hopefully back up to the upside. Palantir, by the way, bouncing as well there. So we'll put an offer here around 16.20. But so far, so good there on NVIDIA. We just put that, okay. Here we go. Now we're almost $2 in the money right now. So, hey, you're back on this show. So that unfortunately means that you're going to have to dance off some of these winners. It's the Dollar Trade Club, which is coming back in right now. That's trusting the teal right there. Maybe we should trust the teal and get a piece out right now for $2. All right, Obi, what do you think about all this?
Yeah, I think you're definitely on point with that 500 push, right? So first time we've retested this 500. We can't even get get past that 499.5, and then you start to sell off and break that trend. So I think we did experience a little bit of a pullback there off of that rejection. But yeah, I think the 500 still in the stars if we can kind of keep the overall trend going. Like we know we were strong yesterday. We've held some of that consolidation from yesterday in the morning, and now yeah, we're pulling back into the top of that consolidation from yesterday evening or yesterday end of day and today morning. So I think if we can kind of hold some of these levels, 500 could be today, could be sometime this week, or it could not be at all if we really do reject. But I think that is a good look at the rejection of the 500.
All right. VinFast, one stock that is definitely not bouncing this afternoon. VFS just getting absolutely crushed right now. $38 coming into play. We were talking about 58 out of the gate this morning. Just an absolute destruction 2 days in a row if you zoom out. Yesterday was a mess as well for this thing. So it looks like maybe the gig is up here. This was just Jim Chanos this morning calling this thing what it is, meme stock. $200 billion worth of one at that.
That's where I put it on my watch list under the meme stock category. Yeah, we talked about this one actually giving up over $85 billion in market cap yesterday after a 6-day run, which saw it move up over 435%. Now we're talking about a $38.22 low, Brendo. How low can we go?
Much lower. I don't know if that was enough or not, but I don't know why we haven't talked about this yet today, or if you guys did, I apologize. I missed this, but shout out to Warren Buffett, who turns 93 today, guys. Happy birthday to Warren Buffett, who, as of the end of June, if you scroll down here, Berkshire has $147 billion sitting in a big giant pile of cash.
Unreal.
Whew. Yeah, shout out to Warren Buffett there. Always good when you start buying at a young age and are able to appreciate what the stock market has done. And there it is right there, Warren Buffett. Congratulations. Hello? Yeah, man, we were just talking about you. Yeah, happy birthday. Yeah, for sure. You want to come on Trader TV Live? All right, we'll organize that. Yeah, yeah. Oh, thanks for that. Yeah, the Yahoo was, yeah, we're really proud of that. Okay, all right, see you, man. Bye. Okay. All right, so just real quickly there, I should have mentioned him when I just had him on the phone there, that Apple, again, I'm sure he's very, very aware of this, holds 1 billion shares of this stock. Apple just continues to go upside right now, man. Another 2% here today for that. So congratulations. You know, he just got cut a check, Obi, on the dividend, $200 million.
Wow.
Dividend check. All right, VFS. So right now, let's go over and have a quick check on VFS. Lower. Yeah, I mean, correctly, incorrectly, whatever it is, we called, by the way, for NVIDIA, I switched, man. We just dropped off 495.30. I put an offer there. See if we can get that out next time it comes back up. I just don't, the market bounced off VWAP and we didn't take advantage of it. We should have got some out there. Could get out now for $1, but let's $1.40. What am I talking about? Hopefully, maybe we should just do that for $1.50 here on NVIDIA and see if it wants to wake up near the end of that. What do you guys think? Play it for a minute. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if you guys said that or not, or that was just myself. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, VFS.
Fast response.
Oh shoot, it's still going. All right, I'm going to switch this up here a little bit and put an offer somewhere. Yeah, that was a fast response. Put something up here near 495, and just make sure that we take at least $1 and change on this one in case we bounce the other way. All right. Yesterday we talked about VinFast at $65. I mean, it's a double up from there pretty much, man, if you shorted $65 with us yesterday and you're able to hold it overnight. But this is what's going to happen to this name eventually in order for them to realize some profit. There it is right there. We'll spin it a little bit. We'll go bang. We get that NVIDIA $1.80, I think it was there, on the reload, $1.65, sorry, on that. Eventually, it's going to zero. If you want to trade this name, you damn well can. Not zero, sorry. Going sub $5, maybe $10. But you are coming into an area, again, of $32, $33. Yesterday, this is the short that we called. It was right on our sticky note. We called that. I feel like it was a good trade. I know Sharif had it, so that was good. If anybody else is holding this, my next little look at a level, I mean, everyone can do this work themselves. It's not super hard. But if you go back all the way here into the 15th and 16th when this was just a baby, you were down here to $32, right? That level also into here as well. So $34, $32 in that area. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bit of a bounce from that, but like we keep saying over and over and over again, man, this is not a story for the weak-hearted, you know? Like, if you want to gamble, you want to dance with the devil, this is a good name for you. But again, I worry about people getting caught up in this name. We kept on tweeting about it. We kept on posting about it. But VinFast, man, great story over the last couple weeks. And if you continue to trade it, I feel like you now know the levels, and it's not like this is something that we haven't seen before. So understand what you're getting involved in. And the other important thing too is this, is like, maybe we need to do a better job of just identifying these earlier. Like, why not, what's the next VinFast? You know, that's kind of what we're going to look for, right? Where you have a very, you know, a rich owner that's holding 99% or whatever it is of the share, 90% of the shares, releases that into the market, and then we just watch it continue to climb on a good story. VinFast is really advertising, man. It's not like these guys are sleeping. They're out there trying to do the good work for their shareholders. But for right now, it's just going to be a market function story there.
Yeah, definitely a lot of hype in and around that name. That's going to naturally bring in that volume, right? But this morning we talked about that 42 level being of interest, and we kind of out the open, we kind of came into that and look at where we bounced, just where that price kind of was, right? 42.75, and then over under, we talked about it being kind of an over under type of level, but yeah, look at when we break, we get right into the 30s. So yeah, there's some decent sell off coming off of this, off of the 92 highs. I wonder if that 92 guy short is still holding this name, almost what 50 points in the money now. But yeah, nice backside initiation of a potential backside.
That's right, I forgot about that guy
on VinFast there.
Just be aware, this ICCT doing things here this afternoon. Just took out $11, coming back in a little bit, but heavy volume back in once again for ICCT. A few people mentioning that. Let's talk Tesla. No Elon mode today for Tesla, unfortunately. Just chopping around here, kind of flat. But, I mean, it was a fun story, but not really a news catalyst here.
It tried to go. I mean, it had 7+% yesterday that was up on the day. Prior to this headline, yeah, this Elon mode, essentially, if you're just joining us, it is a hidden feature in some Teslas that allows you to kind of not put your hands on the wheel and add torque onto the wheel, and you can drive it hands-free on full self-drive and the autopilot, and that has raised the ire of the regulator who's requesting more information.
I don't believe that that's the only thing that Elon mode does, but that remains to be seen. We'll have to buy a, what did you say it was, $100,000?
For a Model 3.
A Model 3. We'll have to buy a $100,000 Model 3 to find out. Not much to do.
Yeah, no, you're right there, Brendo. I mean, everyone that's talking about that full self-drive loves it. So I don't want to sit here and say like it's not worth $100,000, but everybody can put their money to work wherever they want to. And I think it would be cheaper in California and things like that. We don't have very many provincial. I think it's maybe $5,000 off, but it wouldn't be off that car. If you spend under, I think it's $55,000 for an EV car here in the province of Ontario, they'll give you $5,000 back. So there's not too many credits or anything here, nothing on the federal level either for that. So that's a little something there. All right, so we had looked at 258 for Tesla. We took it there, we averaged it out. Our best out is 260. So those were wins. And then just as you guys came back, we were in it. And then something happened in the market, and then that happened to Tesla. So we did wind up falling down there, but now we're right back up. So yeah, I mean, I still really like Tesla. What a great story it's been over the last couple of days on this name. I still feel like people will be trading this, and why not? I want to get longer, but the thing is, it's weak into this market. So if and when, I don't know, if the when is going to happen or not, but Tesla right now, still weak. If the market does fall down, unfortunately, it's not going to be really a name that people are going to want to be in, right? So I'd be careful with this trade here coming through. But right now, Tesla trying to make it go back up here. So I like the trade. I like the name, but I think if we're going to get long, we have to wait down here for like 252, 253 because it's just not an overly healthy stock today, being down 0.43. And I'm with Brendan. I don't know anything about that Elon mode, but there must be more to that. Like, why does that even matter? Like, they should be disabling all of that. Tesla should easily just answer that question and let everybody know what's good with Tesla. So I like the name, not scared to trade it, obviously. So Tesla, hopefully it can get back into that 250 area where I really think there should be some support.
Yeah, for sure. That it's been running since I guess almost the middle of the month, right? We had this heavy sell-off that was kind of happening earlier, and then when you kind of break that this distinct like multi-week, multi-day trend, it started to go sideways here in the 230s and then bid right back up close to near previous highs, right, in the 300. So that we were waiting for that 300 test that never came in. So now we're potentially just testing that 250 in and around that 250 here. Let's see if we make a lower high. We still have a lot of ways to go if Tesla is going to continue to bid up on this move here. But yeah, there is an overall trend that kind of is overhead. Let's see if we can get anywhere near that 300 this time around.
All right, Microsoft, we didn't get to it this morning, but now we have some time. Let's talk about it. ChatGPT parent OpenAI comes out with a, bold, to say the least, $1 billion ambitious valuation here. I mean, obviously not going to affect Microsoft. It's a huge company. This is only a very, very, very small chunk of it, but I think caught a few people by surprise in that it's already gotten to that point. Yeah,
and they were only looking at making 200 million in 2023. Now they're talking about $1 billion. Apparently they make 80 million a month versus the 28 million a month that they made in 2022. They also make about $10 million a month, Brendo, from the API access that they sell to developers. So trying to get profitable.
And that new announcement earlier this week, if you missed it, the corporate version, where companies can actually feed it now their own information and essentially create their own, internal chatbot with ChatGPT. So more to come from them.
Look.
All right, we're long NVIDIA here, 491. It did drip down there. We got out. We lost $1 there, but we did take about $1.60 there right now. And the reason why we got out is it broke through VWAP. It broke through 492. We wanted to get out on that level, but then we noticed that the market right now is at VWAP. So I know NVIDIA has some strength to this name. Obviously today we talked about momentum, so it's momentum both ways. As the market falls back down, we got to make sure to try to protect some of our gains here today. Obviously on NVIDIA, lost early, trying to fight a trend very similar to what's happening right now. It's starting to push down. We just believed in it. We bought it all the way down before, not all the way down, but before getting out right there, then had a nice hero long at the bottom to take it out again. So right now we're back into the long on NVIDIA, 491. There it is. It's going on. Now it's another $1 in the money for us. So again, just slipped up, out, in there, out for $1. Now it's trying to go back to the upside as the market's finally bouncing. It takes two to tango, man, right? And so if the market wants to go up, that's great. But at the same time, we kind of got to respect some of these moves here, right? Like if the market takes VWAP again, maybe we sell off the rest of the day. But that's, if you're going to be a trader using VWAP and using technical markers like that, then you are going to have to respect it and get out if something does change. So we're going to watch out for NVIDIA. If it breaks down through 490, we're $1 in the money now. Let's give it $1 down to 490, see if it can work. But we do have a piece coming out. You know what? All right. Let's just be responsible. I was waiting for thank you, Sharif. I was waiting for 492 and change. Let's just get out for 492 flat. Put that 1-to-1 in our pocket, then hold the rest for the dream. But here it comes right back down. Oh, maybe we screwed that up. The spread right now on NVIDIA, though, about 30 cents when it starts to open up. So you got to watch out for that. Like we were just at 80s. We flushed all the way to 20s. Let's take a piece out here on NVIDIA. All right, Microsoft. I don't have a... Get up, NVIDIA. I don't have a trade on Microsoft today, I don't believe. We did like this 230 break. That never came through. We were looking at that. And we also talked about this bottom when it came through on Softy, and that was because it came right into some of yesterday's levels that we held in the afternoon. But that broke lower. You had to hold that about 40 or 50 cents against you. So I still like Microsoft, but I think I like it a little bit better up here. Seems to be kind of diddling in the middle right now. It's a hard pass for me on Microsoft until we actually either get back here or back in up here. Good story today, but if the market's green and you're red, I'm not looking long. other than Tesla apparently.
Yeah, that Microsoft still kind of holding well above that hourly trend we were discussing earlier. But yeah, in terms of today, straight chop, just sideways, a lot of wicks on the 15, so a lot of volatility, and kind of you look at this, the prices kind of keeps on reverting to this 328 level, kind of in the core of this chop here. You can see the wicks, you can see a bunch of these dojis. So I guess this price, there's something about this price, this 328. That was interesting in the morning as well, I guess. But yeah, decent hold of yesterday's trend on Microsoft. We know that we had that crazy strength, and then just chopped in that upper half of that range all of the day, for the rest of the day after 10:30 yesterday, and then today we come in and kind of just respect that range all day. So it hasn't really gone anywhere.
All right, let's go back over to the desk with Brendo.
The rundown, guys, I just got confirmation from our friend Michael Noss over at Trade Ideas. This is happening right now. So forget about the weekend. It's already Labor Day around here. You can still get 30% off. If you haven't done so, go right now, do that. Trader TV 30 gets you 30% off and will get you 30% off until the end of Labor Day. So shout out to Trade Ideas.
That's funny, Brenda, because live on the show, I actually called him out. I was like, yo, we're going to get a Labor Day sale going. We didn't. I don't know if we had one in the pipeline or not. He was like, that sounds like a good idea. Michael Noss delivering right there. So shout out to Trade Ideas and everybody there. And we continue to use their platform literally every single day. And I feel like, we talked about integrating a few things. We'll see if we can get Trade Ideas, bumping with that too. So, yeah, man, we like that. Support them if you guys can. But look what's happening to NVIDIA. Right now. There it is, man. $2 now back in the money for NVIDIA. So, again, man, boom, boom, boom. I don't know. Let's just see if it wants to go. Again, maybe the market, I don't know, made the bottom there, but that's why you use key indicators like volume weighted average price to find out for a top or bottom in this market, right? And so right there, we hit it, we took it, we're out. I'm only holding 1/3 of this. I took out 2/3 right there. We're holding 1/3. See if we can get it back up to the upside there. And if it goes, it goes. I have no more offers here on NVIDIA, so I definitely like that play. Our boy Palantir, we were able to get it right at the 50 period, so we just bought some 14s. We got some out at 20 there. Let's see if it wants to make moves again on this name. This is one that I could see myself getting back into, and then using VWAP probably as an out. But now that I see how violent these markets are moving, I'm actually going to bid near VWAP and then use this right here as an out, 80s. So we'll get some more. We've already made this money up, so we took this. Let's see if it wants to continue to work. Apparently, the story behind this is that there's a lot of option activity with Palantir. So, if that starts to get bought up again, I don't know if it's on Reddit boards or Webull or whatever's going on here. I know AMC is obviously a top name today, and we will get to that in a second. But right now, I'm just trying to watch out for NVIDIA here, bouncing off 493. But that's a name that we're going to have to look at for options play on Palantir. So if anybody's looking at option sweepers or anything like that, post it in the chat and tag me if something's going on there, because that was the story. There's a big whale or something trading. This is what we had in our notes. And so that's kind of the rumors to keep your eye on. PLTR. So we'll do exactly that coming up here, Obi. And yeah, so far so good here today. That's what I'm looking at. We'll look at DraftKings in a minute, but my eyes are this way because NVIDIA just bounced again. And the reason why I'm kind of concerned about it is VWAP is right here at 493. So we used it down there to get long, and I'm not using it to get out. So I'd rather break it and see if we can get the momentum. But you had a good call on that earlier, and it's like we should have been buying NVIDIA right here on the way back up once we broke through right there. We should have been buying more because we came in and made a higher low right there. So that was the low. There's the new higher low. That could have been bought up again with momentum all the way to the top. So a little bit of a missed opportunity there, I feel like, on NVIDIA earlier after Obi and I sort of discussed that together. And I'm just wondering about right now, we're actually doing the opposite. There's the low and there's the new low. So we kind of got to take out VWAP and then start to go back up. And maybe the add spot is right here at 495 to add in. So take this out, then take out that, then start to add to it for the push to 5 bills.
Yeah, I think that's a fair look. Yeah, we said that 485 earlier. We made higher lows relatively, pretty strong strong trend on the day, right? Like take a look at that. That was kind of what we did right there. And yeah, look at that. When we kind of break it, we try to go for the 500, and we get a bit of a pullback. So, like we said, before earlier, I think it was 495 right there. Yeah, 495 over under. You can see that it's respected as resistance on the day and also as support. So I think that 495 area is a decent area to interact with if we can get back up there, or if you're already, I guess we're under it now. So I guess if you're already short on that. I guess I'm in this Google short here, just trying to play this range. I got a little too excited with the first entry here. I saw the SPY kind of pushing to the downside, so I initiated the entry down there, trying to chase that consolidation range low on the short punch there, and then yeah. So here's the thing though. Take a look at Google, very distinctly different than the rest of the names on the day here, right? Kind of as we're kind of trending either up or down and breaking trends across the board, Google's just consolidating, almost compressing this price in a kind of a range here. So I guess that's what we were looking for, maybe more of the same as these markets kind of decide what they want to do. And yeah, Microsoft kind of sideways as well, right? Some of the larger names, Alphabet as well. This is like Google is sideways. So is Apple. Apple was very strong this morning, but then we're going sideways now. So hold on, let me just pull it up for you guys right here. And yeah, take a look at that. It's very strong in the morning, but then has our relief. Now we're just kind of just sideways. Doesn't really have a distinct trend. Maybe this one was here, and then you kind of broke that as well, and now you might be breaking that one as well, or maybe reaching the upper end of this this ranging channel, right? So yeah, a lot of just diddles here, and I guess we're being taught lessons about what happens when you're in that area on the chart where it's just like a lot of chop, maybe no real key levels, and you're trying to play off of some other factors and other confluences. So, you know, let's see if this works out. I have some resistance up here. You also have high a day that we're still under, but we are kind of coming up into that 135 held. So we are bidding up. I probably have to get out of this position very soon.
I just want to say what's up to Youth there in the chat and John as well. And the reason why I say this kind of stuff, obviously because I'm shouting out people all the time, but walk time and dog days of summer right there. So I just want to remind everybody this is heading into like a very, very big weekend, obviously, with Labor Day coming through. So, and by the way, there goes NVIDIA now $3 right now. So, I mean, I could hit the dollar club, but that's okay. I still remember this morning, someone was like, oh man, reverse dollar club, and I was like, yeah, I mean that can easily happen, and there it goes right back up to the upside. So those are some decent reloads right there on NVIDIA. Good thing. I mean, it sucks because we only got a third left, but 33% is better than 0%. So again, took out $1. Why? Because the risk was $1. Remember we said that I said I was gonna hold half. So on that, but at least we still got a piece as it's starting to go back up to the upside. Next area of concern for me is 495, but we are at the 50 period, so that, if you are trading with me, that's not a bad out. If you have shares enough to get out and you're like, okay, I'm doing pretty good on this trade, take a look right there. We didn't get the pullback. We actually able to do pretty well there. I mean, Alibaba, I actually got back from my walk, and this had already happened, so stupidly, I punched into Alibaba up there, but that was just a tester position. And then when it didn't go, I was like, oh, great, I made the top. But then we found this, and I was like, okay, let's see if Alibaba wants to break this 60 area. So when it came back in, we were able to buy some 70s and 80s, and then it went back to the upside. So Alibaba on some AI news from Baidu, right? It was Baidu that got the big bump there. I can't remember what the story was there, Brendo. I think they just got, the Chinese government accepted something for their AI language model, so that was a good one. I feel like it was something to do government or agency related, but there's a big move up there for Baidu. So I was like, the minute I hear China plus AI, I'm always going over to Alibaba. So that seems like that was a mistake because Baidu might have been the good play, but then it faded right out. Sharif actually had this play on Pinduoduo, so that was a much That was a much better play. Okay, there it is right there. Thanks for that, Baidu spokesperson. So it was regulatory approvals for its earning bot. Okay, so there you go. So thanks, guys, on that one. So that was the reason for this move up there on Baidu here. So that was a good little look right there coming through. But Obi, you and I go back and forth all the time about the mental aspect of trading. Hence going for walks, hence talking to other traders to figure out what they're doing, maybe versus what you're not doing. And it's always nice to have sort of a clear head and somebody that is even a professional to help you out with your trading psychology. So I told you that we're going to go big time here on the after show. Today, Creda is coming through. So right here, the performance coach, she's going to be coming through with me live in the after show today. We're going to be talking as much as we can to her. Well, I have that death clock, so we'll talk to her for a little bit. The show, what the death clock is the show is only a half hour. So if you have a half hour after the market, 4-ish o'clock, we'll be starting 4:01, 4:02. We'll be starting that show up. We're going to have Creda come on, and it's going to be a great one. So we're looking forward to that performance coach. Let's see what she, maybe speech coach as well, what she has to say about all this, and see what some of, I mean, obviously she's not going to be able to give away all of her secrets, but we'll talk to her about what her clients are looking for right now and what some good techniques would be for crazy day traders like us. But we've been doing a lot of work there. She's been on the show before, and that's something that we don't talk about enough. We can give all the strategies, all the trades. Wow, look at, I mean, what am I going to ask her? Yo, what do I do with a $3 winner on NVIDIA? But it's not about that. It's about focusing and getting your mental right. So it should be a good one, man. I'm really excited to have her on. So we'll do that tonight at 4 o'clock. Stay tuned for that. I think that's going to be a monster show, and really proud of everything that. I mean, I've been saying that a lot today. How proud we are of everything that we're doing, and I just want to thank everybody for sticking with us and really making us the best damn product that we can. There it is, bang, right there. Let's go. I don't know if this is Diamond Hands or not, but what we're doing right now is Stack City. Okay, because at this point, all you're trying to do is add to the day. I want to say something, and I know I talk way too much, so you're going to take over in a second here, Obi, but how much easier is it, Obi, and everybody out there, to trade with the trend? Like, so many days, like even yesterday, I sat in that AMD short, which printed. It was a good trade at the end of the day. But you sit there sweating out, waiting for that big retracement. There's some of the best traders are retracement traders. Waiting for the move to happen, getting that top, and then spanking it from there. But trading with the trend, waiting for pullbacks and trying to be patient, definitely working out here today. It's a $4. Oh yeah, we got to talk about MSOS as well with the marijuana, but It's a $4 winner right now with NVIDIA. This is not a keystroke. We got in and we got out. So that was the break. That's us making it back, right? There's the in, there's the out. There's us making it back, and here's the free ride. So now we're up to 495. We just broke that. We said this could be a key level for us right there. We were going to add to it maybe if it broke it up. So let's just be patient with it. Palantir trying to go, and Alibaba an amazing 3 cents in the money. Our best out for Alibaba was basically right where we got in. So not great there for me on Alibaba, but we're pretty happy to make these trades for everybody here all day, every day. So far, so good, man. We're having our best day of the month here, Obi, and we just topped it up.
Yeah, look at check out this market strength. We were kind of pushing to the downside there, and then we rip right back up into that 15.5. Google breaks out of its range on the day, and we're pushing new highs now, 136. So yeah, definitely stopped out of that one. 450 holds really well on SPY as well. So I was like, the selling is kind of strong there. Fought a bit of the selling underneath the 451, but that 450 hold pretty clean. Couldn't really get past that 450.10 too much, and then we kind of start to rebid back up. This crazy white back towards highs there. ES as well, kind of pushing off that 45.15. So let's see where this goes. I was wrong. I have a lot of wrong trades on the day today, so definitely not the right mindset today. So let's look for the next trade, I guess. And the next trade definitely, I guess, was one of the trades was this breakout of this high a day, and it's working really, really well. I see that, but yeah, that wasn't necessarily a buy. That was a buy to cover my short position that I kind of was chasing down here. So now let's, I guess I got to see if this kind of consolidates back here. There've been sellers, heavy sellers, kind of in the morning and in the afternoon, in and around these areas on both the ES and the NQ. So as Google makes new highs on the day, let's see if Apple can push back towards its highs. It's already made a bunch of highs on the day and then pulled back about 50% back down to 86. So yeah, as these SPYs look really, really strong, let's see if we can get back up to high a day here. What was this? 451.60? Yeah, 451.60. So pretty strong on the day. We have, like, if we take this into consideration, we have made a higher low on the day, holding that hourly trend on the SPY itself. So decent area to interact with. I was talking about this with Sean, and then yeah, I didn't really take that long trade on top of the 450 hold that we were seeing. But I'm looking for that next trade now. What's happening?
Oh, no, I think I was going to make some notes.
I thought you were showing the
No, I mean, I
can
can show the sticky note if you want to. I mean, we have NVIDIA long 490. I mean, that's a cash money position. We have Tesla long on there. That wasn't that great. We have Palantir long. And then we have the words good luck at the top. Yeah, no, trading with the trend today is definitely been something that we should have done for a very, very long time. I did take some more out there on Palantir. No, I was just making some notes, actually, for my guest tonight. So that's all. No, I wasn't making notes, just I thought of something and I wanted to ask her about it, so we'll write that down right there. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, what's up? So first of all, good try there, Devin. Sean, S-E-A-N. Cantina. That's okay. But can we watch the market on close for the SPY 0-day put options today? Yes, we can. So that was from yesterday, Chris Brecher. If you were not watching, okay, so it is, sure, it's a show that I'm on that I'm going to be continuing to pump, but it's the after show, and we're going to have on great guests. And yesterday, Chris Brecher from Simpler Trading, excuse me, talked about zero. Oh, by the way, we're trying to go to the CN Tower tonight as well, so I mean, we're not stopping, Obi, man. There's only a few more days left before school gets back in, and I promised the kids we go to the CN Tower, so we're going to try to do that tonight as well. Although I'm feeling fine, you know, just that cough there. All right, so let's go. Chris Brecher talked about how, and you were here, and I think I told you a little bit about it too, how on the SPY, if you want to go over to this, I mean, you could do it on, you could probably do it on the NASDAQ, I would figure. Yesterday at close, and I hope we don't have too many wicks, man. We do, of course. Let me see if I can zoom this in. Because yesterday, yeah, shoot. All right, I'll have to, let me chart
over here.
You have it there, okay, hold on. I mean, I could probably call it up on eSignal or on Trade Ideas as well. But yesterday into the close here, let's just have a quick look. Where is it? 16 o'clock, 14 o'clock, 16. Okay, so there it is. So you had a sell-off basically into the numbers. So 545. I don't know. Hopefully I can zoom in on this a little bit better for everybody there. So it was basically in the last 30 seconds. I guess I need a second chart on this. I need a seconds, but I'm doing this live for you because you asked the question there. There was a 1.5 billion. Let me see if I can. All right, well, you can see that candle. You know what? Here, what am I doing? The only problem is that I can get 10-second charts on here. The only thing is that now I have to go back and find the time. So, Obi, throw it over to your chart, and I'm just going to scroll back and find this because 10-second charts can take me forever.
Yeah, which you want me to pull up?
I just want you to talk about the close there, if you remember a little bit about what we spoke about, but I'm going to be there in a second.
Yeah, so I think we talked about how I think larger players want to close 30 seconds into the close. So I think he was talking about how certain zero DTEs can have a move right into the close at 4 p.m. and we kind of see that volume coming in on that last candle into the close. So this is what we were talking about yesterday. That 450, the 350 imbalance, and then into the 4 p.m. market close as well. So yeah, that's kind of what.
Yeah, it was just that Brendan gave us the 1.5. So Chris, I think, thought he was kind of like teaching us about the imbalances, which is great. He was. Obviously, us on the show here, we've been looking at imbalances from time, so it's no big surprise to anybody here that these imbalances can definitely have a huge effect on the market. But the trade that we're talking about it came out a big buy, and what Chris was saying to us is that at the end of the day, in the last minute to 30 seconds, you get sort of a reaction to those market on close trades, which makes perfect sense. Again, we saw a huge bump up yesterday in that. I got to fix this chart, man. It's going through all the pre-market stuff right now. I'm just trying to get this going from yesterday. Where I'm almost there. I'm just trying to pull this back. And he was talking about how in the last couple seconds of the day, you could get a nice little bump up in the market. So here we go. Okay, so this is a 30-second chart. So here we go, 13-1. I got to go the other way. I went too far. 3 o'clock. So here we go right now. So here's the push down, okay? And then all of a sudden, so this is a 30-second chart. So this is at 3:58:30. Right? Look what starts happening there. It's a big move back up to the upside and quite a big move. So the SPYs go from 440, there's no way you're going to get that wick bottom, so let's just call it 449, okay? All the way up to 449, that big spike there. So again, it's not like a monster move up. I thought it was actually more than this, but it's about 80, no, not even 80 cents, but it's about 30 to 40 cents there in the last second because we had a big buy imbalance. So it's too bad because I actually want to test this theory out to see if we do get those kind of moves, generally speaking. So I was going to go back, find the last couple mock imbalances and buy. If I'm ever going to test something, guys, it's going to be probably at least 20 pieces, like at least 20 data points. So we're going to need to get the last 20 days. And if somebody wants to do this while they're just chilling out, I got to, me and Obi got a show to do right about now. But if anybody wants to look at that for us, the last couple mock imbalances, what did the SPY do in basically the last 2 minutes, I think? And I think that would be really interesting to see. And if you want to get more specific, he said in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of traders there that take those 0-day expiries, and what they'll do is they'll buy them in the last 30 seconds for 5 cents or whatever it is, and then just put something up there, 25 cents higher, 30 cents higher. Try to grab that, because when you're going from 5 cents to 30 cents, that's 600%, right? So you're getting a huge move up there in the last couple seconds. So that's something that we'll look for. We don't trade options here, but even if I put on even 100 shares, to test it out today, that would be $30 if you get 30 cents. So let's wait. We'll have a look at that. But thank you so much for asking about that. Google right now, I don't know if you're in it, but they just announced that they will have their event on October 4th. We saw Apple announce that yesterday in September for Worldwide Developer Conference. It looks like they'll talk about the new Pixel 8 series, a new Pixel 2 watch, and then their chips that they're putting in there as well. So that's coming for Google on, what did I say? It's right there, October 4th is the event for Google. And wow, man, what a monster that is today. We had this break yesterday. We actually had the long today. Absolutely crazy. This is where we went for a walk. We put the stop order and we got stopped out. Pennies underneath 135. And then this is a move up to 136. And by the way, as we're talking about this, NVIDIA just danced to 496, touched the 200 period right there. Now it's fading out. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to so we just bounced off that 495. So let's put an offer out here right now in the 60s. I'm not trying to get too cute with this. If we could take this $3 and change on this trade, I think we should probably do that. It just bounced off 495. We did like 495 as an area right there. It went up about another $1 from that, obviously, and then falling back in right now. Palantir, we took another out. We could take another one at 25s. Hopefully we can get that. Alibaba's starting to work upside a little bit right now. I'm not super in love with this market at these levels, Obi, so why not? There we go. Let's just, there. I put a 98 and it blasts straight through me. Sometimes it works like that, so that's good. Nice little fill there on this name off the long 70s or so, or 89, sorry. We did have better fills, but we're out of those ones. So let's wait to see what happens here on that name, and hopefully we'll be able to get an NVIDIA trade in and around this 496.
Yeah,
495.
you reminded me when you mentioned Apple that I missed a couple of breaking news trades while we were on that walk there. But you know what? I kind of want to get short a little bit here on the SPYs before, you know what? Well, let's let this 51 kind of consolidate here. Google does look like it wants to kind of come back down into that range. So maybe I want to hit that short if we can get below this 136 high of day being right there, 135.90. So you know what? I'm going to wait for those 90s to see if we kind of flush into those 90s or we hold above, and then maybe I can get in on a consolidation there. All right, so the news, what did we miss on Apple? Apple kind of, they said that, so it was with 3D systems. So right here, Apple is testing new 3D printing technique to produce steel smartwatches. So this is going to be a whole different shift in their in manufacturing, and Apple is doing it, being a market leader. So the first thing I thought of was, I remember back in 2020 when all the 3D printers were running, and I pulled up 3D systems where the ticker is DDD. And look, off that news, you got that breaking news trade right off of, what was this, just after 1 p.m. Just after 1 p.m., so you got that breaking news off 3D printers potentially being used to change up the manufacturing process of Apple themselves. So maybe some other companies will take Apple's lead into consideration, and maybe if that works out well for them, 3D printers are going to become even more, I guess, wanted, and this might catch a bid. So I'm thinking maybe in the coming days, this could potentially catch a bid off of that interest if that story develops even more. Like, it's fresh from today. We got the initial reaction. We're making a range, right? There's also Nano Dimension, NNDM. They do 3D printing as well, and they got I think did these guys do 3D printing? I think so. I think this was the other 3D printer, if I remember correctly.
Here, you know what I can do for you, dude?
Yeah.
Because we are a team. All right, so we can go into 3D here on this. You can go to competitors. So there looks like there's ICCT. What? Okay, Box, 3D, GSAT, AMC. This might not be right. I don't know. This was from, I don't know why AMC would be on there. Yeah, I don't think this is necessarily accurate, man, because we know Box is a cloud, so I don't know. But there's 3D right there, so I'm not sure. Maybe this is not correct right now. But anyways, so I just sort of interrupted there. I thought I had some value to add, but it doesn't look like it. There's 3D. GSAT, I guess. I don't know, man. This is a little bit messed up there, but I just wanted to, there was something there on trade ideas that I thought I could hit up there, but.
Yeah, it was like ICCT. I didn't know that was a 3D printer. But
no, I don't think it is. I did have, go on about that. I mean, I think you're 100% right.
Yeah, I think it'll catch a bid. I wasn't there for the trade itself. I'm gonna let it consolidate. Maybe let the news cook over the long weekend as well. More people find out. About the adaptation of 3D printers, and I'm going to see for the rest of the week. We still got today's Wednesday. We still got Thursday, Friday. So 2 more days of price action to see how this sets up going into the long weekend, where the story could potentially develop even more. So I was talking to Sean about how these names since COVID, like they had a crazy run. Last couple of years in 2021 off of the 3D printer hype, right? So only been selling off since then. Very, very strong sell trend, right? So yeah, nice swing short for sure. But yeah, I think this is the first little bit of good news that they've gotten in a while, and it's associated with literally the top name in the market. So it was a breaking news, top 5, Magnificent 7 association type of thing, and we got a clean bid action off of that. So let's see how this consolidates for the rest of the week. We know that this name has been sold off pretty heavily. First potential green week in a while.
All right, just real quick again. All right, I was trying to think about this.
I can keep going.
By the way, guys.
Money.
We did finally get our NVIDIA trade, so there it is right there. In here at 491, out at 495 right there, so that's going to be a good trade for us there. As it fell right back into 496, we got out of 494.95. So right there, just I mean, we're not in the best. We could be in better, but that's where we're in right now on that name. So let's let's hold out for NVIDIA, see if it does want to make that move one more time back to the upside for NVIDIA. And if it does come back down, we'll try to respect that again. Palantir, man, is not necessarily mooning by any stretch of the imagination, but it is starting to go back to the upside. And again, make sure that you're trading names that make sense to you and may or may not have some kind of a catalyst behind it. We feel that NVIDIA, or that Palantir did with that story about said whale coming through, and just it's been strong all day. So just trade the strength, trade the strength. What was that level on DraftKings? Oh my God. Again, it didn't break until we left today. So I'm not going to sit there and keep orders out on anything like this. But there it is right there, man. We talked about DraftKings and that we liked it if it did break this 29.40. So basically, that's been cash money. Did anybody have that in the chat? On the morning show, again, we could rewind it. We talked about it. I said, this is a good trade idea. We like DraftKings. It was long off this. We went down. We tested VWAP again. We made the high. We came back in, did not break it, basically. The next move was to break some of those highs, and that was the high. So here it comes down in. So this is why we made the play. It was just we rejected VWAP there, so fine. So we know it likes to do that. Then it came back, so it makes the high. This is the play now. It's nothing to do down here. So it comes back up. Doesn't matter what this price is. Makes the high at 29.40. Comes back in, retests VWAP, but does not make a new low or go anywhere near that. Makes a low there. This, you can either go long again there, fine, against that low. That's a good one. Or wait until we make a new high. And that's what happened right there. We made that new high. It danced around it a little bit, breaks it, goes up 15 cents, comes back, same level. You're not going to get scared because you're long right there, and then the blow up to the upside. And as they say, shout out to my Uncle Bob. Bob is your uncle after you do that. And then you get to 30 bucks. And then at that point, you're trading by yourself because you got to figure out what you want to do at that level. And as you can see right here on the daily, I mean, if you're not getting out in and around there, at least something, then I think that's a little silly because that past high is right here in the 70s. You can see on the daily chart. So that's a good one. We'll look for more of those patterns. The only problem is, how do you identify those patterns while you're on the move? I mean, it's just like, and what I mean by that is like, what if NVIDIA does it right now? You know, me and you are on the show. We're talking, we're bringing up different trade ideas for different people, and it's hard for us to grab all of these moves all the time, which is why I feel like it's super important. First of all, if I wrote like a little 20-page manuscript, kind of like Art of War, but Art of Trading, would anybody subscribe to that? I mean, yeah?
Yeah.
You get it for free. Yeah. I'd probably wind up giving it out for free, period. But that was something that I was thinking about doing when the kids get back to school, give myself some time, although I've been asked now to coach once a week all winter the Little League girls team for High Park because it's getting a lot of traction. We're the only all-girls Little League team in Ontario. So that, which is, Ontario is like 12 million people here, the largest province in Canada. So I've been asked, and it's quite an honor to do that, to coach the all-girls team once a week. And it's just for any female, any girl that wants to play, that's a member of High Park Little League, could come out to the practices that we'll be holding at a baseball zone, like it's at a baseball authority there, indoors. I mean, wintertime. You know, and that's going to be once a week. And the funny thing is, the only day that worked was actually a day where we also had something else planned. But we're going to go after that to start coaching. So once I get some free time, I think we'll try to do like a little manuscript there of the best plays that I like, and we'll see if we can publish that. So I feel like would anybody, you know, is that a good idea or is that a bad idea? I don't know. I mean, I think it would help myself too, you know, to be able to say, these are the rules. This is the rules. These are what we're following. And if we see it, we hammer time. So.
Yeah, I think that'd be. I'd definitely buy that book. I think you're always dropping
Not a book.
those tidbits.
Not a book. It would be a quick read. I'll find the right terminology.
It's still a book. I don't know if you saw if Drake published a book and it has like a sentence on each page.
Oh yeah, was it a poems?
Yeah, it could. I mean, it's probably sold out. To be
Sold
honest.
out.
So,
I mean, yeah.
you know.
I would say so. I don't know. Apparently he had Travis Scott come down in for his Vancouver show. So apparently that was pretty hot last night. So I think his boy 21 cannot travel to Canada.
Oh, I heard something about that. What's up with that?
What's up with that?
I'm not really.
'Cause I've been
familiar.
locked up.
They can't let me out.
You can't let me out.
Yeah.
He's not locked up now, but you can't travel into Canada, unfortunately, if you have a criminal record.
Okay.
That may not
Fair
be
enough.
true, but that's as far as I know why he's unable to attend Canadian shows.
Nice.
How is Warren doing? Warren's doing okay, Mint. He's doing all right. I mean, it's his birthday today.
Is it
Warren Buffett.
Okay, yeah.
Not
Actually,
Warren G. Yeah.
is it okay, Warren?
Yeah, that's what he.
See, I know Warren G.
Yeah.
music.
Nate Dogg. Well, it ain't nothing but a G thing, right? So, yeah, apparently it's his birthday. I think Brendan said, was it 93, Brendo, or 90? Yeah, 93 years old. So happy birthday,
birthday,
to
Warren.
Warren himself, man. Send some love this way, man. Maybe, you know what? Next time he phones, I'm going to push the idea. Maybe he just buys Trader TV Live. You know, he's a man of the people. Yeah. Let's get this to as many people as we can. Next thing you know, Warren Buffett, does he even have a Twitter account? He could tweet it out that he's here. We could have him as a guest. He could start to analyze. He could read through every single 10K. He'd be great on the after show.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Oh, I can imagine that.
Yeah.
Obi,
That
I
would
told
be-
you we
that
are
would be
not
amazing.
done. We are not done on
Yeah.
this show.
Yeah,
my
that's
friend.
true. That's true. That's true.
I mean,
We're just
what
getting
about?
started.
I mean, what
We're
about
just
this guy?
getting started. Yeah, he's not even back yet.
You know,
Wait till next week,
he's not
you
even
know?
back yet. And when that guy comes back, we're gonna get some rifles going on. Yeah, I know Nate Dogg, unfortunately, he's passed away. Yeah. All right, what else you guys want to talk about right now?
Mara and Riot.
You do?
I mean, somebody mentioned it in the chat. We can talk about that. Mara
Sure,
and
man.
Riot. Let's see
let's do
what
this.
these guys are doing here on Mara and Riot. You know, Bitcoin has been moving around as well. So let's see. This is the weekly chart. So yeah, decent trend on the week. Expanding volume. I like that. Up from all the way from underneath $5 here. This dip last December. So yeah, this is all year. So it's been catching a bid all year with this expanding volume relative to last year's move. So I think this is pretty decent. And again, we're coming back from really low levels back in 2020, right? On Marathon Digital there. So yeah, let's see what it's doing on the day here today. Take a look. Yeah, kind of a V-shaped recovery as we speak right now on Mara there with a 270 bottom. We recovered a little bit of that action. I think we talked about this morning to see if there could be any support down here at the pre-market lows. Doesn't really give you any support, breaks right through it and kind of holds that 1250 area and then right back up all the way to the highs there at 1350. So yeah, decent opportunity both ways. Short out the open and then long after, I guess around 11 p.m. off of when you reclaim some of these levels here. Look at this hold at that 270s, 280s right there for almost over an hour, right? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 15-minute candles. That's an hour, so it's over an hour of the hold on above this level. So decent opportunity there on Mara, AMC.
What a great out on Nvidia, by the way.
What's Nvidia doing? Oh yeah,
It's just now
nice.
it's down to 493 again. You guys want to do something really crazy here?
What is that?
You guys want to go something YOLO into the close, maybe? If we take this out, right? This is the NASDAQ right here. All right, I'm going to ask you a question, Obi.
Yes.
Let's just say we take out that high. What's the one stock that you want to be long?
Apple.
Exactly. So, let's do it. Here we go. Apple right now. What if Apple just screams into the close, right? We take out that high, and there's absolutely no stopping this name. We've talked about that. This is what Apple looks like right now. I mean, you are very, very close. 187.75. I mean, if you want, this is a good trade. Let me just edit this candle out right now, see if we can, so I'm just making it look a little bit better. Because thing is that if we're going to give a trade, I mean, this is, again, the notes, man. We can make some notes. Let's go. I'm dead serious. I might do something like that. What if we take this level right here? Where would we be able to get out, right? So you're getting the 21 period here at 50. And I'm just doing this to risk manage a little bit, right? Because when I say YOLO, like, what are you gonna take, 1,000 shares, something like that, breaking this 187.75? I don't know, 500 shares, a couple hundred shares, whatever your guys' trade is gonna be. You could do that, but if you take out the high of the day here, run it into the close, right? And the problem is it's 320 right now. That's really the only setback from what I can see about doing something like this, is that it is gonna be a little bit late, but the market don't care because it could easily run into that close. So let's just, so there it is. So we take that out. You've really been respecting this 21 period during the run. So if you take out 75, are we being a little bit too, our stop is a little too heavy if we get it out there, if it takes down 50. But if you want 25 cents worth of risk, put that into your account. Right now we're barcoding right here. This is exactly the kind of trade that we like to see. You're barcoding here, bouncing off. You're barcoding right here. You could get long now into that play. That's another one. I'd rather wait to see some momentum. I'm putting this trade in right now, 187.78. If we break it, we're gonna dance with the devil in the pale moonlight. I think tonight's supposed to be like a blue moon or something pretty special. Actually? So if we do go up into that CN Tower, we should be able to get a good look at that over the city of Toronto at nighttime. That should be a lot of fun. But I like that trade here into the close. Let's wait for it. If it develops, and we'll take it on that one. The reason why we said that was a decent out for NVIDIA, there's the move back down for NVIDIA. Oh no. Oh no, no. It's coming right back in here, giving me those feels again, and we just miss it. That was a 490. The rules of engagement, man. Maybe that's what it could be called for trading. Like trading, the rules of engagement. Yeah, and I'm talking about
cool.
$20. I'm talking about let's get it in the hands of as many people as we can, and then we'll all trade. And then I was even thinking about like somehow letting everybody like edit it continuously, like stuff like that. So, but look at that, man, comes right back into former support and resistance levels. Again, chapters would be like, we'd have support and resistance, we'd have the technical indicators that we're looking at, we'd have some long-term stuff in there as well. But wow, there it goes, right back up to the upside. Let's go over to what's up, Nimit. I saw you talking a little bit about Tilray, so let's go over and have a quick look at that. Shout out to Nimit, man. We went out and had some great Italian food just nearby, and that was a lot of fun with that. And I don't know if you got out of any of that XRP on that move up, but I know you're holding some of that. All right, so 260. So there it is, man. They talked about that coming to a different classification there for the narcotic itself. Yeah, nice move to the upside. I think it's about time here, and I'm just doing the bias because of what we have here in Canada. It's been sort of legal and decriminalized now for 5 years? I don't remember. I mean, just go back and look at Tilray. Whenever Tilray was like $500, that's when it was getting decriminalized. But right now, it's because there was an epic short squeeze on that, similar to like Volkswagen, what happened on Tilray. But again, now you're starting to take out VWAP. I can actually stamp along right now. Look what it did. It came right back into the 200 period moving average. Like this is, again, rules of engagement. Like it just fell right back into the 200 period on a big mover. So those are... Like, I'm actually going to just start writing down my own notes here. Like, I have the sticky note. Where's my book? Oh, my book's up there on the desk. It's just like different rules that happen every single day for your plays. Because even just sitting beside you, man, you've been showing me some of your charts and some of the lines that are lining up, and it's like I'm putting some different things to work. I actually added here on my 5-minute chart RSI. Why did I do that, you might ask, or I might ask myself, is because I've been noticing that every time a 5-minute, the RSI comes down to about 25 or so, we're getting bounces up. This is just Apple. That was in the pre-market. And again, some leading indicators are not, or some technical indicators are not leading. As the market's crashing down, you're just gonna be riding this anyways. But I'm just trying to figure out when the right plays are for different things, because we're trying to turn into a monster ourselves. And I mean, we're trying to have longer plays, better plays, higher quality plays. So as it goes, I feel like this, Nimit, a pullback into the 200 period moving average was a great opportunity to get long. So if you're long already, that's good. Now it's time to get long again, because it's not moving that much, the 200 is just going to keep following it up and be pretty tight with it. So the 200 and the 50 are very, very close right now. So it'll be 265 or so. Then you just level it down a little bit, maybe a 260 break. But I feel like if you're going to reload anything, it's right around here, 265. As there we go, man. The more we talk about it, the more it goes up. Tilray looking like a good little break long. I'd say you stay long this name until you're at least breaking 260. I feel like it's clear sailing at that level. So I hope that helps you, Nimit.
Yeah, I see the people in the chat talking about, I guess, AMC. Have we talked about AMC today, Sean? We talked about some AMC.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, so we know that it's been in the news as of late. So yeah, decent move today. I don't know if they had news today. Let's see, midday movers. Yeah, I think they did have some sort of news this morning. There's well, regardless of what happened in the morning in terms of that news, we see that we got the range break that we defined yesterday, right? So yesterday we kind of come in. It's been selling off, and then first day it kind of just chops and like kind of dojis there, and then you make that range break at 1170 with that consolidation just underneath, and then it's I guess it's off to the races as we push some of these previous levels looking left, right? So let's take a look on the daily, or let's go to the hourly first. Let's work our way up there on AMC. So if this thing is to catch a bit of a bid, because it has been selling off since earnings, right? Almost a stair-step sell-off on that. So we know they had a few splits a couple of weeks ago as well. So coming down from the highs that were there, we know this was a $3 or $4 ticker just a couple of weeks ago. But they had a reverse split. They had that AMC ape kind of merge, and then they had the reverse split right after a 1 to 10. So regardless, this chart is kind of it's printing the split adjusted prices. That's what I want to say. So before that, we saw that it was just selling off out the open, hard sells, selling off in the pre-market as well, and just a very strong trend into and after those splits. Today is the first kind of day where we got a little bit of significant volume. We got a strong bid up. So that's what I have on watch there. Let's see if we can kind of get that continuation for the rest of the week. Like, this is pretty strong. Look how flat this was in the after hours and the pre-market. That's a very, very tight consolidation in and around that $10.90, that $11 level. And out the open, you do a little bit of a shake and bake on both sides, and then you finally break yesterday's range over there at the 1170, and then looking left. Yeah, you're testing those levels. So I'm going to be looking for that continued kind of push. We've been selling off pretty heavy on AMC over the past couple of weeks. Let's see if we can catch more of a bid in the coming days. Tomorrow, I'm curious to see how this closes. If this kind of closes near in and around this $13 area, I think we can. That would mean we held above these previous consolidations. So we're poised for a higher probability continuation if we've held some of these previous consolidations from before. Now, anything could change that tomorrow or Friday, right? It is the long weekend. Any news coming out? There's been a lot of midday movers with that breaking news. We had the 3D printers today. We also had Tilray with the weed names. And I think, what was the breaking news yesterday? Do you remember, Sean? I think there was another one. I can't remember off the top of my head. But
something that hit in the middle of the day.
Yeah, the frequency of midday breaking news has gone a little bit up, I think, over the past couple of weeks, is what I'm trying to say. So we've had a few of those.
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's been, you definitely want to play. We had, it was Oracle that quadunked that one day, but that was, I don't know if that was news.
Yeah,
I think that was a fat finger. Yeah. Okay, we do have a new, you're right, there was something yesterday that we talked about. But yesterday the market was, it wasn't intraday. Remember we had that Google NVIDIA play that came out and that sparked Google?
Yeah.
Was that yesterday? Anyways, okay.
That was recent.
Yeah, it was definitely yesterday, if not today. I believe it was yesterday. Okay, that's because it broke through 132 and kept going. All right, so new trade alert right now. I was sort of saying that, hey, the one thing that we learned was trade with the trend, not against the trend. So this is not going to be a very long trade. If these futures take it, man, we've already talked about our plan of action on that one. So we'll have to wait to see if that does come through. But in a name that's relatively weak right now, that is going to be Amazon on the day, right? So we've talked about sort of where Amazon's been recently. It has been weak. It's only just now getting to red. The market's been up right now today, up 0.5% with Amazon going into the red zone here. The market just has hit those tops a couple times in a row. It goes all the way back, you know, into 11 o'clock here, and now you're starting to fade out. So I wanted to just to test a little bit here on Amazon and see if we did have a decent play there, possibly on the short. I want to reload it right there at the 200 period, like I was telling Nimit there. But this is, again, these are not, they're not actionable enough. Like, see how it's flatlining? Everything's flatlining, which is sort of telling us that maybe Amazon is kind of in this mode. But I was just going to give it right here. This is going to be a little baby play. If we break above 30, sure, it'll be a 30-cent hit. That would suck, but not a big amount of shares into a play like this when we are going counter trend. So let's just remember that. The reason why we're doing this right now, and maybe we shouldn't be, we held the shorts yesterday in AMD, and they worked out. We had the shorts, it was AMD. There was a couple other names yesterday that we were short when it was up here like this. So let's just see. Look, we made it there. This is the initial balance, right? So the initial balance touches out right there. We hung out for it, but couldn't really get going. Faded, boom, 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 boom. So the NASDAQ here really caught in a zone into here, right? So this is a no trade zone. You know, so if we're just going to keep on bouncing around here, then there's, again, we either take out that top, fine, we have a plan of action if that happens, but then if we continue to drip down a little bit, even if we test this 50 period, I believe that Amazon trade goes into the money. So let's see if that can happen. We do have our average in spot right there. So right now it's an Amazon trade and it's short right here at 96. So I don't feel like we're in trouble with this trade by any stretch. Let's see if we can get it to work out for us now. Amazon short. I do have a bid here at 80. Like I said, man, we want to take out some dimes here. If we can get a dime into this area, we'll take that. So here's the short. Now it's starting to come through. Did we just get a fill? Yes, we did. So there it is right there, man. We just took a dime on it. It's not going to be a crazy trade. It's just a stacking trade. And not only that, it's just one of these as well.
Another one.
Oh, that's enough. All right. Fabian, can we just do that just to another one? Because it's just too much. I mean, we'll give more than one, but you know, that's a little annoying. So we'll wait for that one. There it is. So, okay, so our NVIDIA came in right down there. We do have a stop if it does fill us below 490. This one's going to be, again, I'm not sure about this time. We just looked at the futures, and I got to put my stop in. Actually, I didn't even have a stop out for this one. So there it is, man. It just fell into our lap, an NVIDIA trade coming through right now, but it's not super strong. There goes the market breaking lower. Look, if NVIDIA misses this is a very light position. I actually forgot we had this bid out there. It was to average in case we needed to do that. So I may regroup on this trade almost immediately. We are long at 52s. Oh, it's back flat. If we don't like it, we could take 10 cents right now. We'll pay the fee. We actually got the fee there because we were sitting there trading it. So, all right, let's see what happens now. Amazon still bleeding. No, sorry, not bleeding. Amazon still in that 10-cent level. Let's put an order a little bit lower in case if NVIDIA flushes, the market probably will go back down. But that was a pretty good idea there that we talked about, just to take a little bit of profit. Let's just make sure that we take a decent amount. Okay, guys, what do we want to do with NVIDIA? It's back in the money $1. So we were a little bit nervous about. It just fell off. Sorry, it wasn't $1. It was 85 cents. All right, let's put another one. Look, if we can just scalp this, like sort of where it is right now, and so kind of take $1 into the 30s. Was that the high that we just got right there? And then hold on to the next piece of it. Then maybe that's worth doing. So just a little bit more up. And we will get a fill here for, let's go, I'm in the 30s. But where in the 30s? Well, now you know, because there it is. There's the fill right there. So, okay, wow. Renata asked if this was my best day this month. I answered yes. Now I answer yes again. Another fill there. We were nervous about that fill. I was not. You know, the fact that the market started to break there, that was a risky spot. But again, just playing off key level 490, that's why we scalped that one out. You got to have some belief in your trade, and right now the word is conviction. Right now I don't have a whole heck of a lot of that really with anything other than if the market does break. I still like that Apple trade, by the way, but it's fading out a little bit. So
Yeah, I think that was a decent entry on the short there on Amazon that you took. I think right when you took that, I was just like I had just taken a SPY short, and that kind of like quadrupled with the market. But like I saw that bid back up. That was a very rapid bid back up. 451 as well. Still short the Google on the 136. That seems to be fading in nicely. But the SPY definitely a little bit volatile in and around this 451 area here as we kind of pushed into the 80s, kind of clipped into the 70s, and I was like, okay, that's nice. We got about a quarter underneath that whole dollar mark, and then we kind of rebid right back up. And I think that kind of happened when we flushed through this 15.5, right? When we flushed through that 15.5, we got that little bit of strong selling coming in, and then a quick rebid right back up to kind of reclaim that action. So that was a little interesting. Let's see if we kind of continue that selling off. Maybe that was the first sign of some strong selling into the close. We know we have about 35 minutes left into the close, and the imbalance is coming up in about 20 minutes. So. Yeah, let's see if that selling kind of comes in. I'm looking at the futures and the NQ and the ES. Look at what we've done today. Pretty much a range day once again today, except the range is kind of tightening. So I'm going to keep that in mind going into tomorrow. Whereas like all week, like what was it yesterday? Monday we ranged, right? Very tight range, and then you broke the range on Tuesday. A very strong trend day, and then today we also range above some of those levels. So I think that's a decent look, and we're kind of doing this like Sharif likes to say, a flat top breakout on these futures here as the price compresses into some of these prices where we rejected off similar prices. This 15.5 area acting as trouble. 15.520 are the highs from today, and then the same thing with the ES, the 45.30 acting as a little bit of trouble there. The market kind of selling off, that selling kind of continuing as we're talking about. So let's see how far we can go. Maybe we can get back down to the 450s, as we know that 450 recycle would have been a great trade today, as we got 450 to come in once, twice, 3 times, 4 times during the day. So you could have hit that from both sides, the 450 turn. What else do we have here? Apple's still kind of right there, pulling off of its highs as well. I got NVIDIA kind of pulling back off that 490. The 490 consolidation just kind of broke there on NVIDIA. Let me actually talk about tickers while I have them pulled up here, so you guys can look at them with me. So yeah, right here. So this consolidation on NVIDIA, we just kind of clipped that just now with about 3 minutes left to close this candle here, right? So let's take a look at the Google. We're already taking a look at the Google over here, but yeah, see a little bit of a consolidation, very tight range. You break that, you accelerate to the upside, and then now you're kind of falling back into that consolidation range from this morning that we've been doing all day. Now Tesla, I haven't taken a look at Tesla that much either today. Tesla 260, wow, look at that clean fail off of 260. You can't even get to 261. You failed a $0.50. You can't even get to 260.50, I think. Yeah, no, 51 being the highest price. And then you kind of wick top that, pushing back into the 250s. So decent whole dollar trade there on Tesla as well, if you guys took that. 260. What else am I missing? I know I'm missing one of them. We talked about Apple, we talked about Microsoft. I think Microsoft, right? Microsoft was the one I'm missing here. So Microsoft, we've made higher lows on the day and kind of testing the top of this consolidation range. Let's see if we kind of catch a sell in this 329 area with the rest of the market kind of coming down as well. So let's see how far we can get to this 450, still churning on the SPYs.
Yeah. Churning. Yo, what's up? Esteban here. He's trying to get my attention here. More restriction to NVIDIA for Middle Eastern countries. I mean, I don't see anything about this unless it's come down in just the last little while there. Yeah, and I just responded to you. I'm out half with a stop anyways, that's not NVIDIA here, hold on a second, with sub 490. So we're in the money right now again on this name. So we've already took $1 and change right there on that first play. So, or sorry, just exactly $1. So if it drops down, we will lose that last 50 cents, but thanks for the heads up on that one. And this is why we do have the best community here, man. I mean, I'm always gonna be trying to check that out to see if there's anything happening right now. You keep making mistakes in the afternoon. What's up, Hamptons trader? I'm very good in the opening, but the afternoon I always get back some money. Yeah, man. 100. Yeah, no, I agree with that, man. You know, time of day trading is something that's very popular for many traders. And that's why in this, if you guys want to go find, again, like, we got to fill, I have to fill 6 hours today. You know, that's why we talked about this, going for a walk, you know, understanding your limits and understanding, you know, when the best times for trade is. And Obi kind of did a great job of that, which made me think about it, give some more content to everybody. But that's a great idea. If you find that you're not, join me tonight, by the way. We have Kreda coming through. Kreda, Sheehy, Kelly coming through tonight to talk about trading psychology. That might be something that's good for you, to see if there's maybe something about that. I will hopefully be able to ask her some of these questions. Time of day, how do people deal with this stuff? So we're going to find out a little bit more about that from Kreda. But yeah, that could be something that helps you out. Just trying to find out, you know, better solutions to your trading habits and whatnot. So shout out to Kreda. She'll be coming through later on today. And I don't think there's anything wrong with identifying that you're not a better trader. You're a better trader in the morning than in the afternoon. And the best part about it, Obi, is when you figure that out, then stop trading in the afternoon, you know, or lower your shares. That's basically what I'm doing right now. Although we're cashing out, our first short right now on Amazon, we're out at 40%. We got that fill down there at 80, so we taken 20 cents. It's only 16 cents, but we got that fill there at 80 as it started to drip down. So now we'll wait. My next out, my next out was 84, cancel that. My next out's gonna be down here into the 60s or so. The market's still trying to hold, so I was thinking about just, you know what, let's put that back at 84. I was debating just getting something out if we came back in again. We already have an 84 out right there. So I wanted to take that because it seemed like we were jumping around. Again, just trying to stack up a little bit of money here at the end of the day. So that's something that I'm well aware of as well. I mean, we're doing the same thing here on Palantir, you know. Does it have enough juice to get going? Oh, it's time of day right now. Oh, we just got that Amazon fill, so that's good coming through. Time of day is closing and balance time. So let's go over there. Okay, so Brendan actually did drop that story to me right now. NVIDIA restricts exports of some, US restricts exports of some NVIDIA chips to certain Middle Eastern countries. So thank you so much for that, guys. That is a true story. What happened? We also got the Amazon fill, but we also got the NVIDIA fill. So thank you so much. You did highlight that to me. We could have got out of that for 75 cents. Instead, we take the L. So thank you so much. Failed to myself on that one. But the market's breaking lower. I didn't even notice my P&L really didn't get affected there. Amazon, well, whatever, it's a hit there, so it does get affected. So I shouldn't talk like that, but it did get affected. So let's just have a quick look right now at what, sorry about that, I'm just trying to manage this Amazon trade because it is getting down to the downside just a little bit here. All right, so there's Amazon. We actually get the fill at 84. We did not get a 78 fill, so there's that. Palantir, I believe we took that fill there on Palantir, which is gonna be a good one for us right there, 20s, nah, maybe not. It went up to 23 right there. The market's trying to figure itself out, and it looks like it's trying to go lower right now. So there goes Amazon. Here we go. Finally starting to get into the 80s again. Nah, it needs to go lower than that, baby. Alibaba's trying to get back to zeros again for me. We might just exit out on this trade. At least we called that top a little bit there in the market. We might have not had the best trade, though. We went to Amazon because we've been watching it be weak. Actually, it's not bad, man. Even if we shorted Microsoft there, we would have still been only in the money about 25 cents. What was a weaker name? Anybody in the chat there? Let's look at ICCT. Not that this has anything to do with going short or anything, but wow, good trade there today. The funny thing about this is, guys, we were long right there in the pre-market, basically at the day's low. What a difference a day could have been there if we had had that play on right now. But we don't. So not bad, but not great either for ICCT. We were able to make a little bit of money, then we got out once it broke there, but now it's still continuing its march higher here. Looking for a drop down into 10 bucks. If it breaks that there at the end of the day, for me, that would be it. I mean, obviously, I'm trading off of support and resistance, so that would be something for me to look at. So I would think that would be a good level there on ICCT, Amazon, Alibaba. I'm going to drop this Alibaba trade. Wow, look at Apple, man. Apple pulling back a little bit too right now. That's too bad because we talked about that YOLO trade. I was trying to do it. Well, actually, Didn't pull back as much as I thought, getting into the 40s. We may scratch that. Oh, I did want to get you that number because Brendan gave it to us, I believe anyways. There it is, 132 to sell. So petit peu right now, small amount into the close.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was a decent sell-off there, and I looked at the time, and it was 3:30, so we got a little bit of that first look there. Covered pieces of the SPY there off the 451. We came into the 70s there, so yeah, we're kind of coming back up into 451. So I'm probably going to piece off of this one if we kind of break that area there. But yeah, Google as well, kind of coming back into that. Couldn't really break convincingly too far off that 136. But yeah, we don't have too much time left in the trading day, so I will hold some of these shorts as long as they continue to work, but I'll be watching some of this tape as well. Look at this. We are kind of still, we've just tightened up the range as we enter the close here on both the S and NQ. We talked about that price building into that, and we couldn't really get a strong flush into I guess a higher low. I was expecting this to kind of come in a little bit lower than where it's at right now, but I guess I was expecting a little too much, right? So that 15.5 interaction is definitely key over under. We've been consolidating and kind of recycling that price over and over again. So yeah, 15.5 seems to be a little bit of a magnet today. Yeah, you know what? I kind of want to piece off of this one as well a little bit on the Google, and yeah, we'll give it to that 136 if the rest of it can come in. But yeah, let's see what else. Let me know what you guys are trading here. I've only traded, I guess, Google, Amazon, and SPY today. I haven't taken a look at what Amazon did all day. I know Sean just had his short in it. You know what? This strength is, I don't like this. I'm just going to piece off of both of these now. So, yeah, let's take a look at what Amazon has done. I haven't taken a look at it all day. That's usually not the case, as you guys know. I'm watching Amazon pretty much for most of the day here, but yeah, it's pretty much of a chop fest. I know I missed a few trades on it earlier this morning. You know what? Let me bring it up on the main screen here, so we can take a look at what I did in the morning on this. I don't even remember what the trade I took on this was. I think it was somewhere off that 133 or 134. Sorry, on this. Yeah. So right there. That was the reason, 135. I remember getting tilted off of this. I had the idea to short off of the momentum slow, and I was pretty convinced or had conviction on it. But I did set my stops a little too tight on that. But you can see that it only chops around 20 cents, and it gives you a whole dollar all the way back to the downside, $1.50 if you're really counting from up here from the 135.50s where I had my shorts. You have a strong quadunk all the way down straight into 134. So about a point and a half, and I saw that I missed that, got a little bit tilted. We talked about that, went on a walk, refreshed, recalibrated, and came back. And look, that 134 holds from yesterday, so that was another missed trade there. Holds and kind of gives you that range back again, 134 to 135. 50s and 60s. 60s, oh wow, look at that. 60s, there's a bit of a triple top there on Amazon, 135.60. I might want to take a note of that one. And then we make a bit of a consolidation, almost a double top here, 135.30s acting as resistance for now. But yeah, overall on the day, pretty decent, looking like pretty much like the futures, right? About a flat top breakout on that 135.60s, 135.50s area, and prices pushing and building into some of these highs here. As we know, yesterday was very strong, and today we consolidated above those highs. Right? So what if this is just another stair-step move where we rip up, we have a leg up, you consolidate for a day or two, and then you break that consolidation and continue to rip up, right? I think that's a fair case. We've seen other names that have done this before, this type of price action, as Tesla to be specific. And the whole reasoning, I think, behind that the Tesla stair-step squeeze is because of such a high short interest. There's a lot of big players along the life of Tesla where they were like, oh, EVs, what is this technology? EVs are never going to take over. You know, the oil boys really hyping it up. And yeah, we had that stair-step squeeze on that as well. You have legs up, consolidation, people get short, it doesn't really fall through, and then you pop back again, and you pop back again, and you do that over and over again. So that kind of price action, that concept of price action, I think we're seeing a little bit of that here, where we do those consolidations, break, step up, consolidate, break, step up, and that's kind of what we've been doing after a few weeks of selling, right? We've had that strong selling the past couple of weeks, so now we're getting a little bit, we're catching a little bit of a bid as well, and that's what I'm noticing here. I don't want to fight the overall trend too much, but maybe we should be looking for longs until that selling kind of comes back in, if it even does, right? Because the markets are pretty strong on the weekly. We can take a look at the SPY here. This is the selling I'm talking about that happened. See, overall, that selling not really that big in the overall picture. Only 3 weeks of selling, but look at this. We're still well off of these lows that we made earlier mid last year, right? We thought we were kind of coming down. We made these all-time highs in the 480s. The COVID bottom down here in the 200s, right? So yeah, bit of a bigger picture analysis there on the SPY. We are definitely holding that long-term trend all the way from almost pretty much from inception, I would say. But yeah, 08 drop, and then you have the COVID drop. Look at that trend hold on the bigger picture here. So I don't think we're going anywhere, Sean. These markets are hella strong on the bigger picture. But yeah, intraday trading, you might get chopped up in the consolidations, but those trend days, like Sean said, the trend is definitely something that that I personally have to get better at trading, because I find myself counter trend trading a lot, right? And it's just like, maybe part of that is like not getting tilted, not trying to fight the market and take my stress out on the market by seeing if I can fight it and be right. Right, and I'm coming to the realization that like days like this, when the market is this strong, yeah, you're gonna get slapped up if you try to fight some of this price action.
Yeah, so I actually, I'll slap a fail on myself right now, because I actually just panicked out of that Amazon trade, honestly, because I thought maybe we were going to get that Apple long, and I just didn't want to be in one and not in the other. So Amazon right now is continuing to work to the downside. Should be 10 plus cents in the money, which is nothing. It came back. I was able to get out for flat there, so we took the last 30% out for flat. Sorry, 40% out for flat. Sucks, but you know, now it's coming back down. I was just like exactly what you said. Like, you know, we bounced off here. Just thought that maybe we wanted to go for a little bit of a run there into the close. It doesn't appear that we're going to be right on that thought, but we still could be. But I just wanted to get out of Amazon, so you can see right now we're pretty much flat here, and we're going to wait to see if there is anything on that closing trade. So right there, Palantir, we just took another fill there at 27. Pretty happy to take that fill as well. We'll see if that can sort of print out a little bit better for us right now. But that's you know, something that we're looking for. If it does bounce up, okay, now you're getting a little bit of a chase. We haven't seen some size on there. I shouldn't say chaser. It's not chasing anything yet. But let's wait to see if it does start to chase around that 481, 500. If it follows it down, then that is, for me, you know, like one of those Widowmaker type of moves where you're going to watch this level, start to chase it down. And if it does that, then again, that could be, we talked about this. There's options on this play. So someone right here, that's only 40,000 shares. It's not a huge amount. It's a huge amount of shares for, you know, an individual trader, but it's done 60 million on the day. So we're well aware that that's not necessarily going to affect the price here. But if it continues to go down, that's something that we definitely want to look at there. Wow, NVIDIA just... the strength continues, man. I mean, if there's anything that we did put down on the watch list today and on the sticky note was that NVIDIA had a lot of momentum to it, and that you would, you know, want to stay with that. And it's been really long off some of those misses there from the earnings report. They didn't miss at all, but it misfired and came right back into 450. Couple bottoms there, and look at that, man. We got dumped out there at 490. That's fine. And remember that story about the chips there in the Middle East? I mean, it's fine, but we really just dumped down there because of the market. So I do want to thank for posting that in the chat there, one of our viewers. But at the same time, you know, this is still a very, very strong name. And if that was a real big story, Maybe that's what happened right here, but I feel like that was probably already baked in because it really stopped at 490 and went back up. That was my out anyways, so I don't really have much to say about that. So which direction is the Stewie trade today? I just saw someone ask there in the chat. I think our main account's probably going to retweet out the closing show today, so you can go find that out as well. We do have this trading psychologist on. I feel like this is going to be our biggest and best show yet, so make sure that you do join me there for that one. My family is supposed to be here at some point, so they may make an appearance there on the closing show. But okay, so just right now, on NVIDIA, that's, the pink line there is the 50-period moving average. So we just bounced off that again. We've really been kind of respecting that in the last hour on the way down. So we'll have a quick look. All right, just so everybody knows, I have the order in for Apple to break that, but it's too late. I'm canceling that. I thought that would have been a good trade. I would have loved to put that on for everybody and have that go through. But it doesn't look like right now Apple is going to be back near the top. And I don't want to take that play into the imbalances. So that's that. Again, we liked it for reasons of the break of the NASDAQ, and that didn't happen, so we will stay away. It's making me think, and oh yeah, shout out to, I think it was Kevin Escores and everybody there. You guys were saying that most traders, I don't know anything about those, I know about them, but I don't know the trading. I don't know if people are saying you can't trade within the last 10 minutes, those 0-day expiries. So I don't, Chris Brecher was on our show yesterday talking about those, so maybe I'll ask him more in detail about that, or maybe I did misread the chat. So do your own homework if those are plays that you're looking at, obviously, as you approach right now 15 minutes left, so maybe there's something on there right now. There's the strongest of the big guys there. Sharif put me on the spot, and I think I nailed it. He said that Kramer called it Magnificent Seven. I think he was adding, and I'm not sure what he added to it to make it 8, but he said, what could that be? And I said the Elite 8, but that's just because sports. Do you know where Elite 8 is from? Yeah, it's like from the March Madness. So I stole that from there, but we have to think about another name for the 8. Not the Magnificent 7, which was stolen again, but Elite 8, I thought was a pretty good name for that one. But yeah, so which way? So Brennan just came with it for us, and it was 135 million to sell. Right? So it's 135 million to sell. So that's not the play. The play is waiting for these imbalances to populate, right? So right now, there's not too much on here, waiting for these imbalances to populate into the close. And then when that number comes out at 350, that's the number that you play off of. Not simply what's happening right now. You play off the 350 number. So when Brendan gets that, we will publish that. Well, we won't publish it. We'll talk about it. And it gets thrown down from Financial Juice. So shout out to our friends at Financial Juice. Free information on Twitter. Let's go back over to Brendo.
Brought to you by IG.com. Trade Forex pairs like Euro USD with spreads as low as 0.8 pips and zero commissions at IG. Terms and conditions apply.
We do this often on the show, and thanks to Steve G, because he's the one always telling me to do this. 100 likes? Well, I mean, that can't be true. Is that true? Right now, it's normally we're at 5. Oh my God, I just refreshed it. Push play. There we go. All right, now I'm talking about it. Okay, so that's good. Where is it? Oh, now I don't even know. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, 561. Okay. Okay. Woosah. That's much, much better. Right there, 600 likes. Let's see if we can get this going, guys. Obviously, we see Kat behind us, so she's going to say this.
Like and subscribe today.
Let's get 1,000, man. This is going to be the last. Knock on wood. I mean, I hope my guy, I tweeted it out. Hopefully my guy Neil is ready to go for everybody tomorrow. But hey, man, let's get this like count up for Obi over here. The information that this guy's been dropping completely, out of nowhere has been fantastic. Oh, not that your information's out of nowhere, but you came out of nowhere, right? I mean, let's be honest. This is another guy. You've been on the midday show. You're holding your own here. You're taking great trades. You've dropped out some amazing information. And so I just want to once again say thank you. And the best way for everybody to say thank you is, first of all, put those damn ones up in the chat. Give some support to Obi that way. And the best way to do it is, hey, you're watching the show for free. Just hit the like. Let's get those likes going, man. I think 1,500 should be no problem. Look at the chat, Obi. I don't even need to look at it. I see it streaming right now. Everybody's loving you on the show. Thank you so much for coming on. You've definitely, brightened up a lot of people's days. days here and given some great information. So I say thank you so much. I've learned a lot from you. I'm starting to take more notes as well as we go. So Obi, thank you so much. The love keeps on pouring in right there. So big shout out to you, Obi.
I want to thank you guys. Like, you know, it's not I don't think like a lot of this is not me. I'm surrounded by great traders, right? I'm surrounded by more experienced traders, and even some of the trainees. Like, I'm learning from them every day as well. Like, everybody's a different kind of trader, and then a lot of people have what you don't have, and you have what other people don't have either. So when you're in that community, when you're on that floor, it gives you that opportunity to kind of bounce ideas and really share and improve on yourself while improving each other, right? So I don't think it's just me, man. It definitely has to do with, you know, Neil, Sean, Brankles, and Greg, like Arun that was here earlier, and you have Eric in the back. You have Max, of course. You have Spencer and Ian, and I don't know. I'm forgetting more names. You have Luca. You have Prad. You have so many of these traders that kind of came and went through this floor as well, and we got so much to learn and so much to extract off of them. That man, I'm just you can think of me as like I'm just regurgitating some of the things that I've learned along the way.
Okay, perfect, man. Yeah, mad respect going out right there as the likes keep going up, and here we go with Obi. So thank you so much, Obi, for coming through. All right, let's go. We are now ready to go. That was really fun to do. Thanks, Obi. And let's just see what happens here with only 5 seconds left before 350 hits. We're going to find out right now what's going on with all of these imbalances. And there, whoa, EBET coming through with a big sell imbalance, but that's only a 4-cent stock. We knew that. So yeah, no worries there, Mr. EBET on that one. But yeah, that's not a great level there for them. All right, EBET, everything's sort of trying to pan out a little bit here. Charles Schwab, there's Apple with a sell heading to the south side right there. So that's something to be concerned about a little bit there with this name. MMAT, again, not a big name. Yeah, pennies on the dollar there. Apple, Schwab, Siri, Intel, Google with a sell. What is that big number, my guy? Whoa, 1.7 billion to sell. So here we go. This could be what we're looking for here today. Oh man, that's really too bad. Look where Amazon is. Nice upside move. Gave you that fade off 135.20. Looking smarter now that we were able to get out of that. What did Apple just do? Apple almost broke the high there. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, this is a dangerous trade, guys. So let's just hold out on that. I don't want to do what I said I would maybe want to do there. We'll hold out on Apple. Other than that, man, 1.7 billion to sell. So let's have a look, man. At the very end of the day, it's still gonna be a minute. We're gonna see if the sell comes in. So that would be the trade, right? The trade is to play off that sell. So let's see if that hits. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But right now, this is what we're looking at. The spiders, the trade yesterday was we got a 1.7 billion sell imbalance. We'll see if there's a little bit of action there at the end of the day in the last couple minutes for sell side. So that's what the trade is. We'll see if it hits.
Yeah, I took a bit of a cheeky scalp into the imbalance. We know the imbalance was a sell imbalance, and I saw that we were holding this 450.80s kind of on that churn, right? I got a short into the sell, and I had reasons to cover in the 70s and the 80s, and I noticed that it was holding that area, so I took a cheeky long right above that 450.80. Going into the imbalance, and then right like 30 seconds before the imbalance, you pop up back above 451, giving you about a 20 to 30 penny winner on that. And then I got out right before the imbalances kind of came out, and look at that. We knew that there was a strong chance that it was going to be a sell imbalance, and then on that pop, that sell imbalance kind of comes out on the SPYs, and that 451 straight quadunks back down to the downside. 450.60 now testing as well. So a nice little chop there. I think I'm going to take a look at this trade, and maybe we can potentially reproduce the concept behind this into the close on maybe not just the SPY, but some of these other names as well. So yeah, I like that level hold. But yeah, that's the only trade that I took. I don't really see any more trades. About 8 minutes left in the day. I got Apple here pushing for the highs. We can take a look at that as well. Let me pull that in right here. All right, so let's take a look at a 5-minute because we've been watching the 15-minute all day. Yeah, so there you go. So pushing near highs, very, very strong on the day. Continuation, right? Yesterday, you open up pretty low. You open up down here in the 180s. You kind of wick bottom down here, 170, 179s, and then you close near the high a day. Right, you have a pop into the close, and yeah, you have a bit of selling into the closing print, and then you kind of consolidate. You open today right where that closing price was. You break yesterday's highs, and then now we're doing the same thing again today with 8 minutes left on the trading day before the bell. Apple is closing near its highs again. Very, very strong. So I think we are getting a bit of a bid up there. SPY as well, holding that hourly trend on the SPY. We can take a look at that as well on this chart right here. We'll let it load. Yeah, take a look at this, right? So pretty decent trend that's happening right now on this hourly on the SPYs, and we've held it pretty decently. So I am noting that today was a consolidation day, and before that, Monday was also a consolidation day. So I want to know how this week is kind of drawing out as well. So we've had a couple red weeks, like we said. Green week, kind of dojis, and then you have an accelerated green week this week. So I want to know how we're going to close this week. Are we going to continue back towards 460? Is this very strong selling week after week coming back? I think so. We've only had 3 weeks of relief well into the bottom of this trend that we've been having on the weekly, right? So it seems like more of the same to come in the coming weeks if we just try to continue to chop. Maybe if we break this 460, we'll get that nice pop into 480 and push new highs finally after a long anticipated wait. We know that we were trying to push highs in December, couldn't really make it. January being the high of the markets, and then we kind of come back in about what was this? About a 30, I'd say about a 30% retracement just off of eyeballing it. But yeah, we did about that kind of retracement, and then we're pulling back now, continuing that overall trend with that little bit of consolidation there. So I think we have some good things to look forward to in the coming weeks, Sean.
Yes, I agree with that. Good analysis right there. Thanks again, OB, for everything, man. All right, so as we go here, let's just continue to look at the SPY trade. It's just hovering around right now. Now it's 355. Generally, you get a little bit of a change of direction right now at this time. So if that does come in, we are going to try to pay attention to said change of direction right now, but it's not doing much. We'll see. It's just kind of hovering around. Again, we talked about where the play should be, right? The play should be to the short with a 1.7, so we're going to find out if that does come in. I'm thinking like maybe a short near this 451, but it's a time-sensitive trade. We talked about that, so if it's going to be time-sensitive, we're just going to have to respect the time. And it's 3:56 right now, so in a couple minutes, I may just watch it. Kind of seems a little bit silly. We're ending the day at our highest spot of the day. Let's just check out what's Amazon doing. So Amazon falling in, kind of not doing any much there. ICCT was a monster, taking out the highs. Congratulations, anybody that has ICCT on board as well. I kind of would like a congratulations thing. I'm gonna have to make a list for Fabian, man. This guy's so busy. So that would be something else that would be really cool. Let's just check in on Tesla in the last couple minutes. 56, 57, 58 right now for that. Again, blah, 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 blah. Oh yeah, that's right. I could put on the board. Yeah, I just heard Brendan say that. That would be a good idea. Alibaba. The problem is like I come up with these ideas as the show's going on, and then when we're done, I'm like, forgot about all that. So that's why I have a little notepad here where I can do that. I think that's a much more effective idea than just yelling them out. All right, so that's that one there. All right, let's go back over to the SPY because we're getting closer and closer right now, just to see. Like I said, we may or may not put something on for this particular trade. So it's just been one day. You know, I don't want to necessarily just take trades because someone told us about that it was working. We'll have a look at it. It's 357.25. It is getting close right now to put the short on. So if you want to sort of ease into this right now, it would make a little bit of sense as we're getting up to that 451 level. Let's see what happens. Remember, it was a big sell imbalance, so what we were thinking is that in the last 30 seconds, we could see a little bit of a move there. So we'll see if it does happen for everybody. And then the reason why we're closing the day at our highest spot is because Palantir. That was a great trade. We took that right in front of everybody again. We talked about where our outs would be, and now it's coming right back into day's high. So that's going to be a good trade for us as it's 358 flat right now. So just a little bit more time, and we see what happens here.
Yeah, I want to take a look at some of these names that are reporting tomorrow. You know, that CrowdStrike is. I want to see how we kind of set up today in preparation for kind of tomorrow's move. Potentially, so yeah, they're going to be reporting. I guess after hours. Sorry, yeah, after hours today. They're going to be reporting. So up and coming, you're going to be talking about both of these, right? Salesforce
Yes,
and
sir.
CrowdStrike. Right. Sorry, not tomorrow morning.
Right now.
Into the close right now. So let's take a look at some of these tickers, how they've kind of set up there. Yeah, a little bit of a 150 there, high on CrowdStrike. Yeah, look at that volume, a little bit relatively larger on the week in anticipation, right? It's earnings eve for CrowdStrike there, just holding that 149. Let's take a look at Salesforce as well.
I'm in this way too early.
Yeah, Salesforce pretty strong. Yeah, yesterday. Look at what happened yesterday. Yesterday, the whole market kind of rallied, and this rallied as well, and we held highs on Salesforce CRM. Take a look at this range. This has been ranging for a few weeks now. I guess we did a bit of a failure to follow through of this range. I see that it's about 205 to 211. You kind of hit that range, and then you drop into it, and then pop back into the range, reclaim, and start respecting that range again on top of the 206. Now we're looking for that breakout with expanding volume into the close. On earnings eve, I think that's an interesting look. Let's take a look left and see where this ticker's kind of been. Let's go to the hourly before. So if they have really decent earnings, yeah, maybe we can look for some of these prices here, right? We got the 220s, 218, 216. I see a little bit of a resistance here.
Shoot the bell. We forgot about the bell. It is closed.
Are we closed? Oh wow! I think I was talking way too much.
No, it's not that. It's yeah, there it is. Sorry about that, guys. I was obsessed with looking at that SPY trade. We actually wind up taking a 14-cent hit on that trade. So I was just watching it there to see if it was going to be some fluctuation there. I mean, jack of all trades, literally. No one else noticing it there. So that's okay. But there we go. The bell rings, and we are over. Normally, we have a countdown if you're watching for the first time. So that's what normally happens there. Yeah, not much happened with the SPY there at the end of the day. I mean, we can zoom in. I took the trade there at 84. You saw me short. We got out once it broke there. So literally got the same penny. Not much. That was not real. That wick down did not happen on the SPY. So again, I was watching it. I didn't see much trade there at all. So if anything, it ripped up. It touched 45.11. So we'll wait to see what that plays all about. But wow. So other than that, we'll end the day at our highest spot. But that was very, very small. We put minimal risk into that trade to see if it would work out. And it did not. So 0 for 1 on that thought. But that doesn't mean it won't work out again. I might have had bad prices. We need more studying in that one. And there's Palantir, man. Look at that. High of the day. Long here, long there. Good trading on Palantir. All right, it's 4:01, Obi. I got to get over to the other side. So thank you so much again, man. Big show, big show alert right there. Hopefully you're in tomorrow. Well, you'll be in tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be here.
If you're on the show, that's great for us and great for everybody. But we're hoping
on the
that
midday for sure.
We'll hope. Oh yeah, you'll be on the midday for sure. That's right.
I hope Neil is back tomorrow.
Good call. Now I keep forgetting about that. That you're the midday guy, anyways. Now, so that's great. So thanks, Obi, for that. You can catch him on the midday. Hopefully, my friend Neil, all of our friend Neil, is going to be ready to go there tomorrow. And if he's not, it's me and the Obster again. So I got to wrap this up. So from everybody here, Fabian, Ramin, Brendo, Kat behind us, everybody that's helping us, Bears versus Bulls. It just goes on and on and on. But I got to get over to the big desk because we've got earnings coming through. Thank you so much for watching. This is Sean. That's Obi. We'll catch you tomorrow. Ciao.
Here.
First, there we go. Awaiting is what I was saying. Salesforce earnings to come through here momentarily. Just keeping my eye out for any kind of indication for the numbers. We'll bring that to you as they do come through. But what a day it was. We wrap up.